In this video, I'll show you how to solve a trigonometric problem involving two right triangles. The question asks, determine the length of side CD, which is this, to the nearest tenth of a meter. What we have are two right triangles facing each other, and they are separated by an angle of 100. And we're expected to find this length. To do this question effectively, you'll need to find out what this angle is. And by finding what that angle is, we can find this angle because we know that a straight line gives us 180 degrees. So we can subtract 100 by this unknown angle to find the angle between D, C, and E. So let's go ahead and find this angle first. Now we know the length from C to E is 35 meters, and we know the length from B all the way to E is 50. So to find out the length of B to C, we subtract 50 from 35, and that gives us exactly 15 meters. So now we know the length of this, which is 15. Now that we have the length 15, we can use trigonometric ratios, either sine, cosine, or tangent, to find this missing angle. We would have to use tangent because tangent relates the opposite and the adjacent. So let's write that down. And let's call this angle theta. So tangent theta is equal to the opposite. In this case, it's 15. And the adjacent, which is also 15. So we have tangent theta is equal to 1. And now we have to use inverse tangent to find the angle. Let's go ahead and do that. Shift tangent, which gives us tangent inverse of 1, which is equal to 45 degrees. So let's write that down. 45 degrees. So we just found the angle of theta, and we know the angle between the two right triangles is 100. To find this angle right here, which we'll call angle C, we'll take 180 minus 100 minus 45, and this gives us angle C at 45. Next, what we have to do is find out the hypotenuse of this right triangle. We know the angle C, and we know the adjacent. We need to find the hypotenuse. The trigonometric ratio that relates the adjacent and the hypotenuse is cosine. So I'll do the math here. Cosine of angle C is equal to the adjacent, which I'll represent as ADJ, and the hypotenuse. So let's fill this out. Cosine 45 is equal to 35 over this unknown value. Let's call it x. Using our calculator, we'll take 35 divided by cosine 45, and this gives us an x value of approximately 49.5 meters. Now, in case you're curious as to how I did that, well, if you multiply both sides by x, that will cancel out the x's on the right side. And on the left side, you'll have x times a number, cosine 45. Then you would divide both sides by cosine 45, and you would end up with what x is equal to, and in our case, it's 49.5. And so there you have it. That is how to solve a trigonometric problem involving two right triangles.